So I'm here with Deeanne Dexeter. You've obviously done a set for us on AudioStage. How did that go for you?
It was really good. I haven't seen the videos yet, so
Okay.
I'm hoping that they look nice.
Of course.
I'm going to leave that into your hand.
Yeah.
Just been saying how you can edit my hair and stuff, and get rid of some wrinkles, whatever.
Can't work magic, all right? But yeah, no, we're sort of you did an amazing set for us. Obviously, you've done 3 tracks with us.
Yeah.
We were briefly obviously talking about what you've been doing in the past. I'll let you sort of tell the story in a sense.
Well, it's changed a bit since I came in to record the tracks.
Yeah, it has.
It's quite good I'm getting the opportunity to do an interview, actually, because it gives me a chance to explain what's happened. And for those people that have followed me would know that I was previously in Dexeter Band, which has recently split up.
Disbanded.
It has disbanded, but we've all, we're all still on great terms and everything. But for me, it just, it didn't feel right anymore.
Yeah.
Obviously, Gareth left last year, and since then we were trying to sort of carry on as a band, but for me, it didn't feel like a band anymore without Gareth there.
Yeah. That's understandable. Yeah.
So we've called that a day, but I am going to carry on solo.
Yeah.
Which is it seems to be working better for me because, I'm making all the decisions and I'm singing what I want to sing. And
Definitely.
I think it still sounds a bit like Dexeter because obviously it was my voice.
Yeah, well, of course.
So it's going to sound similar. I can't wait for people to hear the new material. I'm excited.
Definitely. We're excited about that as well, yeah. We'll have to have you back to do an exclusive Deeanne Dexeter set.
Oh,
definitely.
That'd be awesome.
So, I mean, obviously, as you say, Dexeter is no more.
I know.
But yeah, we're... So sort of, I suppose you've got a lot of experience from that. What are the sort of things that you take going from that, in regards to personal experience that you want to try and apply, I guess, to your own solo stuff?
I mean, it's crazy to think about it because if it wasn't for Dexeter, I wouldn't be doing anything that I'm doing now. And it's just so funny the way that you meet people. And when I joined that band originally. Gareth and I were the only original ones left. Toby and Did that came in later.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have sang in front of people had it not been for Gareth.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay.
I wouldn't have. I'd never done any gigs before or anything.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So I joined that band. So yeah, if it wasn't for that, I never would have got anywhere. So I've taken a lot from Dexeter.
Yeah, that's quite an amazing way to sort of get your teeth in a sense. It's like you just got plunged into this band.
And then it just gradually grew and grew, and I'm hoping that my solo stuff's gonna take off in the same way because you get so used to it, and I want to be doing the festivals again, and I want to do the radio again and stuff like that because it's such a buzz.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the thing is as well with where you were sort of going because. I mean, the genre that you were you were doing with Dexeter is kind of something that's not, it's not necessarily a big genre in the UK, is it?
Not yet, but it is growing.
Yeah.
It does seem to be growing. I mean, there's bigger festivals now. There's Buckle and Boots Festival, which is we played I think at the first one to not that many people, and then all of a sudden it was massive.
It's just grown,
so it is growing in this country. So I need to get back out there before everyone forgets about me.
Exactly, yeah. And it's interesting actually because I mean I've sort of obviously researching you and looking into you to get you on AudioStage. We sort of looked at YouTube and there was lots and lots of people sort of really highly regarding Dexeter and the band and stuff, and I suppose as well actually really personally naming you as well, sort of saying what a great voice you had. So
it's crazy. I can't believe it. That's what I mean. I'm really missing it now because it's been such a long time.
Just because I'm talking about it.
Oh my god. I want to do that.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I think sort of. Do you feel like, in a sense that, because you are, you're a well-regarded act within that sort of genre. Yeah. Do you think that you're sort of one of the people that you feel like you want to maybe make this more of a genre that's in the forefront of like the UK music scene? Is that something that you plan to do?
Yeah, I think it will be.
Yeah.
I think it's like we were saying. It's just becoming so much more popular. These new bands are springing up from all over the place.
Yeah.
I think there's a festival not far from here, actually, Long Road Festival.
Yes,
that's just been on, hasn't it? And
Yeah,
that was
it
like
has,
Leicester.
yeah.
I was like, why am I not playing that? But it's because I've not done anything for a year, so I need to get on it for next year. But I haven't heard much country on Radio 1 yet. I don't think it'll get on there.
It could get there.
I don't know, maybe. Ward Thomas actually did get the #1 album in the UK charts.
It's true, but I mean, you look at. I mean, I don't know how you feel about Taylor Swift, but really, when she started, wow, that's okay then. That's good. I like Taylor Swift too. Taylor Swift. I mean, she started as a country artist, didn't she? Basically, and she's made waves in the music industry. So yeah,
she's all right at writing songs, I suppose.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Yeah. So I mean, as where you are now, then, so you're sort of like you've gone your own way and you're doing your own solo stuff now. So tell me a bit more about that.
Well, it wasn't a planned thing.
Okay.
I didn't plan for this, but it's just sort of happened. So I'm just going for it now, and I've got a few plans in place. And the main thing is obviously to write the new material. I've got about 8 or 9 songs at the minute.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah.
But I'm doing a few more co-writes in the next month, and then I'm going to start trying to play them out live.
Yeah.
And see what reaction they get.
Yeah.
And then I need to figure out how I'm going to pay for it to be recorded. So if anyone watching, wants to sponsor me or something, that'd be great.
Got a nice big studio somewhere, with a great producer. Yeah, that'd be really nice. Yeah, we'll try and find you one. But yeah, I suppose. So you're talking about you working with other writers, so you're doing co-writes and things. Do you find that sort of that's that is kind of like a substitute for your old band members in a sense? I imagine.
Definitely, because Gareth was the main songwriter in Dexeter originally. Obviously, it's bits that I have picked up along the way, but I was very good at relying on Gareth because he was there and he was good at it. So, I'm having to do it by myself, but it's much easier to go to a co-writer, someone that does it professionally, and you can tell them all your ideas and you can come up with something together. And one thing people always say about the UK country scene is it goes around a lot. They'll say it's the UK country family.
Okay,
and people have always said that, and I've laughed at it from time to time. But since this has happened, it really is a family.
Really is.
Because I've needed some help with writing, and one of the songs I've actually recorded for you guys, it's called Turnaround.
Okay. Yeah.
And I wrote that with Laura Oakes, who's another country singer.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. She's based in London now, and I went down there one day, and we come up with this song. So
yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah.
Considering we'll be on the same scene, there's none of that kind of jealousy or sabotage or anything. It was just she wanted to help me, which was really nice.
That's brilliant. Yeah, I think that's something that is kind of, well, we've talked about this on podcasts and things on AudioStage, and sort of said that the entire music industry is becoming more collaborative and that sort of thing. And it sounds like that you're sort of saying that the country scene is already sort of like that much further ahead of where everything else is, in a sense.
Yeah.
And that kind of family and kind of community spirit really works. So
gone are the days of Queen and sitting there and writing it and singing it and producing it and recording it all in a house.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, I think that's really interesting. That you sort of that you're working with other artists and things, because I think that for you, I think that will probably give you a very well varied album, different styles.
Yeah, that's it. Like every song that I've written so far for this new EP/album, whatever it's going to be, sounds completely different.
That's brilliant. Yeah.
But not so much so that, I sound like someone else or anything. It's still my voice.
Imitating people.
It's a lot different, So.
Yeah, that's brilliant, yeah. So we were talking obviously before, you've been doing different things, like, I suppose you've still been doing things that are musical, but you were talking about you did a jingle the other day and all these sorts of things. It's kind of,
I've been really lucky this year. I've been doing Dexeter, and I would play the odd wedding here and there, but I had a full-time job, so it was quite difficult to sort of keep up, if you like, with other
Yeah.
professional singers because you don't have the time to put into it.
Yeah.
But from April, I've actually been a full-time singer, which is...
Wow.
So I've had a big year this year. I've moved. I used to live in Northamptonshire. Now I'm in Derbyshire.
Yeah.
That happened in March, and then quit my job as well. So I'm doing this. So I'm having the best year.
Yeah,
so
that sounds
far.
amazing. Yeah. Was that a little bit terrifying, I suppose? To
Oh
just go,
yeah, and I'm very poor.
Okay. Same as every other musician then. Yeah.
But hopefully I won't be.
No, yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah. So you just sort of like, I suppose it's interesting because you're saying you're doing different things like jingles and
Weddings,
wedding
do
gigs.
that.
And
I'm in a Blues
Brothers
Brothers tribute band,
Oh, wow,
which
okay.
goes around the country doing theatres and things like that, and that's
pretty
a lot of fun. And that actually is another thing that's really helped me out with my confidence because, they threw me into that straight in. There's like 1,000 people there.
Oh, right.
I'd not rehearsed with them. It was just off you go.
There you go, yeah.
And you can imagine. Yeah. I've been used to playing, to 100 people or whatever. And
that's amazing, really. Yeah.
But it's all good experience, and the more I'm doing, the more I want to get back into the originals as well because I feel like I've improved. In those aspects. So.
Do you feel like that's been sort of like, I imagine, like a training ground then, in a sense? You're going, right, I'm training, getting ready to kind
my
of,
dad
like,
says
go back
that. It's
in.
like, well, you've done your apprenticeship now. That's what he says.
Yeah. That's a really good way of thinking of it. Yeah, I really like that. That's quite clever of you, Dad, actually. Yeah. So I suppose, are you, if, say for instance, your stuff is going really well, are those sorts of things that you want to sort of continue to do, collaborate with other artists and write and, do all those sorts of things, maybe even give them songs? As a high-up professional,
that would be good, wouldn't it? But one step at a time.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, the sky's the limit at the end of the day. Yeah,
I'd not really written any songs, without Gareth's help at all until this year. I'm new to it, but we'll see. We'll see if everyone likes them first.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Do you feel confident about your own material?
I do actually. Yeah.
That's brilliant. Yeah, no, that is good because I think that's one of the most difficult things in a sense. If you're writing your own material and you've not sort of got someone who's going to be brutally honest with you, like a band member.
Oh, my mum's quite brutally honest. Yeah.
Oh, really? So you have that then. Yeah.
She will tell me.
That is good. Yeah, she'll say that's terrible.
I think there's only one that she doesn't like. But
really?
She said, I'm not sure about that one.
It's just not her taste, possibly. Yeah. Can't please everyone.
But hey, yeah, I'm probably still going to do it.
That's brilliant. Yeah. So obviously we've I've got a brief understanding about your sort of influences and things, and you talk about country music and things. Do you draw greatly on other country artists for influence, or do you sort of like you have a very eclectic taste and?
I think a lot of my sound is country. Like, I think my voice sounds quite country.
Yeah.
That was how I ended up singing it, really. It's just because that's what I sound like.
Yeah.
I can't sing rock music. It's not my voice. So I do take a lot from that. I love Shania Twain.
Yeah.
I love Lady Antebellum.
Okay, yeah.
I love Maren Morris. She's like a fairly recent one. And actually she did a collaboration with... what was his name? It was like a dance track.
Oh God!
Or something
That'd
like that.
Yeah. I have to look
and it
at
was
that.
really weird because nobody ever picks a country singer
No,
for
they
it.
don't.
So that was quite cool to see that she was in the mainstream. But most people probably wouldn't even know who she is. But that's
Well,
Chris
I've never heard
Stapleton
of it,
as well. Have you heard of him?
Who's that?
Chris Stapleton.
No, I haven't. No.
He is amazing.
Yeah. I'm having like a whole country education right now that I'm going to go and have to keep looking at these artists and things. Yeah.
I can't say that I'm influenced by Chris Stapleton because I'm nothing like him, but I wish I was because he's so great.
He's amazing.
He just needs a voice and a guitar.
Oh, really?
That's it. He doesn't need anything else. Doesn't need any production. It's just amazing.
Yeah, that's really something to aspire to in a sense, isn't it? Really? Yeah, when someone can get that raw aspect to their talent is just there. It's on the table and don't need anything behind it. Yeah, which actually, interestingly, I mean, like, it's something that, I've sort of discussed with Dan, who's with the co-owner and creator of AudioStage. We sort of discussed that your voice is really exceptional. And we agree with that.
I'll pay you later.
Yeah. And we're sort of saying that you know, that actually it's interesting that you say things like that, because hearing you, you know, and I've listened to the stems and I've got all the audio, and actually before we really did anything, it was just like, that's a really great voice.
Wow, thank you.
You know, which is like, it's,
guys.
yeah, no, but it's testament to actually, I think, you know, your sort of like where you draw influence from. I think especially the amount of time that you've put into it, and I think as you're saying, you know, now that you're full time as a musician, I think that you can only go from strength to strength essentially, which is amazing. And it's incredible to hear that you're only scraping the surface of actually what you can achieve.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to see where this goes.
Me too.
Yeah.
Can we find out? Can we have like a crystal ball? That's what I want.
Yeah.
I really want to know. I was just saying it to my dad yesterday. I was like, I want to see what's happening in 6 months.
I think that's really that's what everyone wants, isn't it? Really, it's sort of like, we would love to see where AudioStage is in 6 months. Yeah, you know, but I think that you, I mean, oh God, if I was a label executive, you would be signed tomorrow.
Oh.
But you know, it's amazing really to see, you know, that you're sort of doing your own thing and actually continuing that, because I think that when a band breaks up, sometimes people can just go, right, I don't know what I want to do
I
now.
couldn't do that. It just wasn't even an idea in my head.
Not
because
an option.
I just couldn't. I'd miss it too much.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like I say, I'm new to doing this full time.
Yeah.
But singing for a living and singing function songs and things like that is nothing compared to what it feels like to go out and sing something that you've been there from the start. You know, and you've watched it develop, and you've changed bits here and there and everything. And then people that have never heard it before love it and they want to pay for it. And then a few weeks later they'll come and sing it and they know every word, and you're just like, that is incredible.
Wow, imagine it's just such an experience.
I couldn't not do that again.
Yeah, you've got the bug for it now.
Yeah, especially because I think where we left off, if I don't include, you know, what we've been doing since Gareth left, from when Gareth left, we were like at our peak.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think that's why, had we gone down, then I might not have been so keen to get back out there.
Yeah.
But I want to get back to where we were.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So, I suppose that's the future for Deeanne Dexeter, isn't it, really? It's just sort of, you know, so have you got any specific plans, you know, time frames or anything like that? Any ideas of when you're probably going to release? Or
it all depends on funding, because it's expensive. It's so expensive to record an EP or an album, especially if you want to do it the right way. And
absolutely.
So it really just depends. I'm going to finish the songs, play them out live, see how it goes. I might end up doing like a funding page, crowdfunding. If I do, I'll let you all know.
Let me know. Yeah, we'll plug it for you. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But I'm hoping that I'll have something in the early new year.
Okay.
That's
brilliant.
what I'd like to have something out there before March.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic.
That's what I'm planning at the moment. But
now it's on video. You can't go back on it. Yeah, before March, we've got a commitment from Deeanne.
I hope so. I really hope so.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you're gonna have this out, you know, as well, to sort of like promote your stuff.
Yeah.
So, which would be great, and it's good to actually hear from you. You know what's going on, the future of Deeanne, basically.
I know, you keep wanting to say Dexeter, don't you?
I
do it all the time.
Yeah, you're Deeanne Dexeter now.
I know, weirdly, I was thinking about really stupid things yesterday, and I was thinking, I need to do a new website that's just mine. I thought, I haven't really got anything to put on it yet.
Just loads of selfies.
So I can't, and then I thought, I need to get some new merch for when I do gigs. And I thought, it's not going to have Dexeter on it anymore.
No.
It's going to have my whole name.
Exactly.
Do I get my face on it? Is that something people do?
No, sometimes they do. Yeah, absolutely.
Have my face on your
Depends
t-shirt.
how vain you are. Yeah. What you have to do is just get all the old Dexeter shirts and just scribble your name on the top of it.
That'd be the cheapest way.
It probably would be. Yeah, definitely. We're talking about funding here. You know, it's hard times.
It really is. It really is.
But yeah, so, you know, I mean, it's great talking to you, and obviously we've got a rough idea of what's going to happen in the future. We're going to keep, obviously, watching your social media avidly, you know, and see how things are going.
Yeah.
Hopefully catch up with you in future as well.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having me along.
Yeah, well, thank you for coming on. It's been an absolute pleasure, you know, sitting and working with you and talking to you today, obviously.
Thank you.
So, yeah, obviously, have a look at Deeanne's Facebook page when it goes up?
Yeah, no, I've done it
up?
now.
It's up?
I did it yesterday, yeah.
Awesome.
Deeanne Dexeter Official.
Okay.
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all the same.
Perfect. They're all there. And then when you get the website done, it'll be linked, I'm sure.
That's probably going to be the same, yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. So yeah, obviously check out all of Deanne's social media. Go and like and follow her stuff. Check out her journey, you know.
Yeah.
Especially when she starts to release early next year.
Yeah.
And it's been brilliant having you on AudioStage.
Thank you.
Thank you very
for
much.
having me. Cheers.